And there's a great line from the book, which I absolutely love. And it's, we all have a voice. The shame isn't in having one. It's in knowing when to listen to it and when to shut its yap. That ties in so much with the ego. Totally. Because the ego is constant, right?
It's going to scream loudest when you are at your lowest, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and I've been there myself, and you know, for me personally, you know, I've had so many battles with my own ego. Yeah. Growing up as a kid, I had such an overinflated ego. It wasn't, you know, I wasn't like a crazy guy or anything like that. You know, I wasn't a crazy kid, but I definitely had this mindset of I can do whatever I want. Yeah. You know, and in many ways it's a good thing, right? Yeah. But you just got to learn how to use it. The ego is not a bad thing. Yeah. I'm not about killing the ego. The ego is a defense mechanism. Yeah. It's something to keep you safe in reality. Yeah. It's when you're stuck in the ego that's an issue, because you're supposed to evolve out of it. Yeah. And learn how to use it and protect it. Yeah. Because it does come in handy in key moments. Totally. You know?
What I could think about is on a spectrum.
Right.
We have confidence. We have, you know, even more so than confidence. We have super confidence. Someone could say that's arrogance, but as long as you believe in yourself, as long as you're willing to say, I'm not going to let myself get carried away. I think ego is equated to, you know, carelessness. I think it's equated to, you know, we're just so caught up in that fear moment where we are caught up in that flight or fight moment.
Right.
And we're not sure how do we break out of that. That's when we get trapped in the ego. If we say we came out of a relationship or, you know, we have to pivot in our businesses, are we going to let ourselves get caught in ego, or are we going to say to ourselves, no, we're going to take a step back, proactively implement a plan of action, as I share in a lot of my speeches, implement a standard operating ritual in our teams with people around us to really help us elevate us out of that egoic like trap.
Right. So how does one see? I know. Well, I have an answer to this question myself, but I want to know your answer. How does one escape their own ego? What are your initial thoughts? Your initial reaction?
We have to let it lay dormant as much as humanly possible.
How does one do that?
So what we should do, number one, we should embrace a greater control of mindfulness over our own actions.
Okay. Get
back to incrementalism, because ego, there's a connection between superfluousness or over-aggrandizement of how we should approach life, how should we execute on tasks. But as much as we pare it back, we go incrementally, we shed outer perfection, because perfection is going to lead us trapped. We can't be perfect every single time we step up to bat in our relationships, in our businesses, and in our lives.
That's so true.